Hi loves, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to talk to you guys about one of my last videos that I posted, which was a few weeks ago, and I talked about just my insecurities and mainly about just my anxiety and just my negative, I guess, outlook on things. And it was just really shocking to me the amount of people that commented and were able to relate to my situation. Things that I am also very scared to kind of voice outwards. So I just want to thank you guys for those of you that commented and that were so supportive and also shared their own struggles. So thank you. And it also was a great reminder for me to continue to share these things with you guys, because sometimes I feel like when I film these type of videos, I need to be giving you guys, I don't know, all these amazing tips and outfit ideas and beauty tips. And to be honest, sometimes I feel like I run out of ideas. And it's really nice to just sit down with you and just talk to you guys about just like my real life. But it's really nice just being able to sit down here and have a real chat, a conversation with you without having the pressure of trying to give you guys tips. Anyways, going back to kind of, and by the way, I'm gonna be taking off my makeup now because I just got back home from the office and I have about an hour before Chloe gets here, so don't mind me as I take off my makeup as I chat with you guys. Anyway, so going back to what I was talking about a few seconds ago is, when I film, I try to exert as much energy and enthusiasm to you guys, and just to be really honest, it kind of exhausts me sometimes. And this is not coming from a negative place. This is just me truly being honest with you. And this is something that I've never really shared before, but I am a very introverted person. And some of you guys might laugh and might not believe that, but I actually am. I've always known this, and I always wanted to feel included in, social settings, but I always felt like I was kind of always outside looking in, wishing like I could socialize better and be more, interactive and social with my peers. And it's something I've struggled with all throughout, during grade school, to high school years, to even college years, to even now, believe it or not. And I actually took a few quizzes, like those quizzes that are like, are you an introvert or extrovert? Or there's this one quiz that I took that everyone was talking about. And I think it scaled me as it rated me as like 90% introversion. So I think a lot of people assume with, people that are in front of the camera or that have like this bubbly personality in front of the camera, that they are in front of the camera because they are extroverted. That's actually not true. I actually know a few people, whether it be celebrities or internet stars, that are introverted but are quite successful at what they do. So introversion is something that I struggled with, because I always thought that to be successful I had to be extroverted. So I was not meant to have this successful career. A lot of you guys might remember my earlier videos. I actually only recorded my videos with voiceover, and that was for the one purpose of me not feeling comfortable in front of the camera talking to you directly, face to face, eye to eye. I just felt so uncomfortable with that. I tried it a few times and I completely just deleted the videos because I felt uncomfortable just watching myself. And I realized that maybe being in front of the camera, talking live was never like my thing. Maybe I will always just be posing in front of the camera and then do the voiceovers after, because then I could actually hide myself. I had no problem posing in front of the camera, but it was a whole nother thing for me to actually talk to the camera. And I think I finally opened up to that maybe just last year or maybe 2 years ago. It was a slow transition. And keep in mind, I've been doing YouTube for probably about a little over 8 years. And I just came around to doing these talking videos. Not that practice makes perfect, but you become better and you become more comfortable and you know when to turn on and when to turn off. I'm becoming this social person that I've trained myself to be, and that takes a lot of energy out of me. I definitely prefer to be alone. I find a lot of comfort and inspiration when I'm by myself. Like it's really hard for me to focus when I'm not in a room just filled with people, but even in a room with another person. I find myself almost like tensing up because I have to like be this person, right? So I think one of the only people that really truly understand me for who I am is my family, and obviously Alan. My family always joke, especially my cousins, because my cousins, they grew up with me, and they're like, wow, like you've blossomed into like this person that we would have never thought of. And I'm like, what does that mean? And they're always like, you're just so much more talkative. But it's not that I want to be talkative, it just comes with my job now, and I've learned to just adopt that quality. But I still don't think that is truly who I am. So this one time, it was earlier on in my career, I booked a job and I had to fly out to New York. They told me it was a shoot, an all-day shoot. They forgot to mention was that there was live talking. And this is when I was very insecure and I guess not as experienced with being on camera. So the fact that they forgot to mention that there was live talking, like almost literally, I almost had a heart attack. Like I went on set and I saw all these microphones and I was like, what is this? And then they told me, they're like, oh, we just need like 1 minute of you talking in front of the camera about these shoes. And I'm like, okay, no one mentioned that, because for me to feel comfortable in that situation, I would have had to practice over and over again until I felt comfortable. I was not experienced enough just to wing it. I feel like I'm good enough now to wing it, but back then I was not ready for that. And I was this close to walking off set. It was like a deer caught in headlights. Like I did not know what to say, but you know, I think they realized that after seeing me on camera and realizing that I wasn't as experienced as I thought I was with speaking live, they kind of like cut down my lines in half, and they kind of were really patient with me and walked me through my lines. So I'm not here to say that introversion is a bad thing. I actually really love who I am. Like it sounds so dorky, but I love like when I'm able to like cuddle up and like enjoy me time. I know some people that they don't understand the purpose of alone time. That's actually Alan, my husband. Which is so hard sometimes because I'm all about me time and alone time because that's my introverted self. But Alan's the exact opposite. He's very extroverted. He loves being around people. He feeds off and gets energy off of other people's energies. But I'm the exact opposite. And I think that's why also our relationship works. The key is the better half of me and I'm the better half of him. Like it balances out. I love myself and I love, that sounded cocky. I love being an introvert. Like I love cuddling up in the bed, like just being able to be on my laptop or even like in my bed, being able to read my own book. Like nothing makes me happier than being alone. Like that is where I find the most satisfaction, is when I'm able to spend time with myself alone. So I'm not really here to give you guys tips, but one thing that I did learn in being in front of the camera and being in large social settings pretty much every single day is it's all about connecting and engaging. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to put on this show. I think a lot of people think, oh, when you're connecting with people at a party, you have to be like the life of the party, or, you know, you have to constantly be making people laugh. That's always how I viewed it. But it's really about connection. So, you know, just navigating through a party or an event where you meet someone and you're truly connecting with them on a personal level and getting to know them. And that, to me, it lessens the anxiety of having to entertain or be someone, right? Because once you feel like you have to entertain a crowd or be someone, then you're not being yourself. But if you're truly connecting with someone, whether it be one person or a group of people, you're just getting to know them. So I kind of tune out the rest of the party and I truly just focus on that person. And it's funny because whenever I have meet and greets here in LA, I think I had one in New York, or two in New York and one in Paris, my team is always like, you take so long talking to every single follower. But for me, it's like it sounds silly, but I get nervous meeting you guys. So when I meet you guys in person, I truly just try to not even think about the line outside or whoever came to the event and just focus on the person that's right in front of me and be present, because that allows me to be myself and truly connect. And that's not me being an extrovert, and that's not me being an introvert. That's just me being myself. So my team is always complaining about how long it takes, because I always say that I'm going to be there for an hour, but I end up being there for like 5 hours because I'm literally having these conversations with you guys. But that is one way for me to socialize at a party without having to not be myself and all of a sudden be this extrovert that I'm not. So yeah, that's kind of how I deal with my introversion. And again, introversion is not a bad thing. It could actually be a really beautiful thing, because if you love spending time with yourself and you love your alone time, I mean, if you love yourself, you could do so much for other people, and that's how I look at it. So whether you're an introvert or extrovert, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this video and your kind of take on introversion and extroversion. But if you are an introvert like me, I would love to hear your tips. Again, I'm not here to share with you guys what to do if you have introversion. That's not the purpose of this video. It's just for you guys to get to know me. So I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on, or tips on, what you do if you're an introvert. And also, in the last video, there were so many amazing comments from you guys, and I tried to answer as much as I could. But yeah, it was a little difficult because so many of you guys were just pouring your hearts out, and I read almost every single comment, and I'll do my best to answer all the comments. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and got to know me a little bit better than, your usual fashion and beauty video. Let me know if you guys want to continue to see these kind of chit-chatty, get to know me type of videos. They are a work in progress because sometimes I still feel very nervous and insecure about talking to you guys about these things about myself, because I feel like I'm revealing a side that I've never talked to anyone about except for my family. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon.